Hello, just give me 1 second to set everything up. Running a little bit behind and I'm sorry. Okay, hopefully this camera is a little bit better. I ended up going through so many different wires to try to connect my official camera to this. So, okay, I think I'm ready. I'm in a little bit of a funny mood today, a little anxious, probably because all the homework that I have due. But in any case, I need to make dinner, and well, hello and welcome to my kitchen. My name's Elena, and I'm enchanted to have you be here on my channel. If you're new here, hello and welcome. Consider subscribing, liking, maybe. That would be amazing and help out a small YouTuber like me. And well, I do a lot of videos of food, magic stuff, witchy stuff, unboxings, life, vlogs, the whole shebang. And if you've been here before, hello and welcome. I'm glad you're here. And if you're watching this either live with me now or watching it later and making dinner later, I'm glad you're here, pretty much. So hello. Today I'm going to be making one pot chicken paella. Paella, something along those lines. And well, it's one pot in my rice cooker. So it's kind of two pots if you consider the rice cooker a pot. But if you don't have a rice cooker and you are cooking rice in a pot, so I guess it's a two-pot paella. But one pot, I call it one pot because I only need, one pot for it. So I guess I'm going to start going over the ingredients. I have chicken here. These are chicken wings, like the whole entire large wing. Onions, garlic, sliced olives. It's kind of awkward in the angle, so I'm just going to show it to you this way. Using butter, small grape tomatoes, peas, which have been soaked overnight, capers, and my little jalapenos. These little guys are from my own little bush. They're so tiny and they're so cute, and I'm just so excited to use them in my cooking. This is my first harvest. Yay! So jalapenos as well. That's if you like spicy stuff. Oh, I didn't take out any of the spices. So for spices, I will be using I'll be using red pepper, paprika, adobo, salt, and pepper. So I'm going to put that aside. And first thing I'm going to do is start the pan. I'm going to do it on medium low, and I'm going to toss the butter in there to melt it. It's fairly melted butter already. I had it sitting out for a little bit while I was getting stuff ready. But I'm going to plop it right in. There we go. Okay. And while that's melting, I'm going to chop onion and garlics. So whole onion. I'm only going to be using half, so I'm just going to cut this guy in half. I'll use the bigger half of it because I really like onion. And I'm going to take off all the skin stuff. So just give me one moment. My trash is right here. That way I don't have to make a mess over there. Our dishwasher broke yesterday, and I had to wash dishes by hand today, like a barbarian. I never realized just how privileged having a dishwasher is. So I was not a super happy camper with not having a dishwasher, but it's fine. It worked out. Now, for the onion, I'm going to mince it fairly fine. Do not judge my chopping skills. I am no professional. I am just a home cook that likes food, to cook it and to eat it. And if I cry because this one seems to be very angry, I apologize. Oh, this is an angry onion. Ooh. Give me a moment. I'm so sorry I'm putting you to the pot. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Okay, let's get this done and over with quickly and get you out of here. Woo. Do you guys cry when you cut onions? Because it doesn't always happen to me, but sometimes there's that like really angry one that just doesn't like me and wants to make me tear up. The biggest thing you should not do if you are tearing up is to use your onion hands to like wipe away the tears. Yeah, bad mistake. Done that before. Not a good idea. So all of these are going right into the pot, and I'm gonna turn it into a nice brownish color. Scoop it up and into there. My kitchen is not set up to do, live videos of food and that type of thing, so just kind of bear with me. I'm trying my best. Just making friends, having fun. Don't really have the greatest of camera angles for any of this stuff, so just pretend, you're sitting in front of me and we're hanging out and I'm making dinner for you. All right, so garlic. I have 4, say medium to large cloves. And I'm going to squash it and then chop it. These don't have to be pretty, they just have to be rough chopped. So squish and they'll get chopped. Okay? And I just kind of rock my knife back and forth. I prefer to use fresh garlics over like the canned garlics or the already like cleaned and peeled garlics. I just feel like it gives so much nicer of a flavor. I've tried the other ones. They're definitely easier. Oh, I'm still getting the onion fumes. So maybe if I move this guy like way up there. They are definitely cleaned. Wow, words are hard. Cleaned onions, cleaned garlic, like the ones that come in a bag, or the ones that are already minced in like a can. They're definitely a lot easier to use, but I don't feel like they provide the same amount of flavor. Whew. And if I cry, I'm still a little teary. Oh my gosh, the poor onion. I'm so sorry. All right, garlic, same thing. Scoop it up, toss it in the pan. Boom. Gonna rinse my hands. So now I'm gonna turn the heat up a little bit and mix the little guy around. I'm actually gonna turn it on high just to get it to caramelize a little bit quicker. And I'm gonna sprinkle some of the red pepper over it, just a tiny bit. I like to put the red pepper in early alongside with all the things, because while the other stuff gets roasted and kind of caramelized, the red pepper also gets roasted and caramelized, and it like releases more of that like smoky, spicy flavor, which is just delicious. Now I call this a paella, but I'm not entirely sure if this is a paella. It kind of looks like paella, so I'm calling it. It's a paella inspired dish. Let's go with that. Just gonna mix that up a little bit and let it turn a pretty color. All right, while I'm doing that, I'm going to get the chicken ready. So I'm just gonna open it up and rinse it. I need a plate. Darn, hold on. Okay, so my sink is over this way, so I'm gonna kind of scooch over and do it at the side. fried chicken. Now here is a little trick to if you cook something that you want like a nice crust on and you don't want it to stick to the pan. Well, first of the tricks is to have a nonstick pan, but that pan is kind of, it's supposed to be nonstick, but it's kind of old. I think it's like 3 years old, so that non-stickiness is kind of going away. What you can do is dab it dry. So I'm going to do that right now. Put 3 there. And this I'm making dinner, and it'll be lunch for us tomorrow. So this would serve for, what is this? There's like an extra thing. It's getting caramelized quite nice. If only you can smell it. It smells so good. So I'm going to cut off this like extra piece, and it'll be my puppy's little treat because, well, it don't look pretty on the wing. And she's going to be happy. Okay, got the other 3. And I'm going to dab them dry. Ooh. I'm going to put this aside where I'm not sure that would work. I'm going to grab this. All right, so I'm turning the heat back down to like a medium high. And this is what it looks like. It has nice color on it. And I'm going to spread the pan with it fairly evenly. Okay. Then I'm going to place the chicken, the skin side down. Toss it out. So this is what it looks like. Hopefully you can see. And I'm going to cover it and let it sit there for 3 minutes. Okay, Google, set timer for 3 minutes.
3 minutes, and that's starting now.
My best friend when it comes to cooking. All right, while that is toasting away, I'm going to open up these. Where'd my can opener go? And we're going to drain them. Drain and rinse. I'm not usually a fan of canned things. I prefer things to be dry, and then I, what is it called? Soak them overnight. But olives, you kind of can't go around. You can't get, dry olives. So I'm going to hold that there. Drain and rinse. Just the whole thing. And this is 3.8 ounces of sliced olives. Wow, I really can't talk today. And then also going to do capers. I'm gonna do capers. Darn it. Okay, there we go. And for capers, let's see, should it be a tablespoon that I measure it with? I like capers. They're really good. They're like little pickles, and I like sour things. So tablespoon, yep. And think I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 heaping tablespoons of capers. So I would say 5 if you're doing them evenly. Something right there. I'll see how it like mixes in with the rice. I might add more because they're just so good. They're like little tiny pickles and they're just so delicious. So delicious. Okay. I'm gonna put that aside and I'm gonna rinse this again. Okay, have a few seconds left for the chicken. And before I turn it over, I'm gonna put some adobo over it. Stop. A little bit of salt. And pepper. Lots of pepper. Alongside with some paprika. Oh, come on, open. Things and opening is just not my friend today. The dog's struggling. Okay, there we go, there we go. And paprika. I kind of do it to taste, to flavor. I don't really have like specific measurements. I'd say about maybe a teaspoon of this and a teaspoon of that. I don't know. And then I'm going to flip the chicken over. This is what it looks like. It is not fully cooked yet. Flip that over. Oh boy. Flip it over. Flip it over. Flip it over. Boom. This is what it looks like now. There's a little bit of color on the chicken, but it's definitely not cooked yet. Put it back in the pot. Cover it up in 3 more minutes. Okay, Google, set timer for 3 minutes. I'm going to continue.
3 minutes, and we're starting now.
So peas, I had these peas soaking overnight. Let me see if I can show it to you. I have rinsed it 3 times already. So once it gets a little cloudy, I like to rinse it and it gets like less and less cloudy. I have realized that the more you rinse the peas, the more you rinse the cloudiness, either it's the starch or whatever aspect of the peas is, you're a lot less gassy afterwards. So if you have a reaction to beans or peas or anything like that, make sure you soak them and rinse them and you'll have less of a reaction. Not a guarantee, but that's been my experience. Okay, rinse them again. All right, so now I'm about to sneeze. Nope, it's going away. I'm gonna take the rice. Woo-hoo, it's hot, it's hot. And I'm gonna mix all of that in with the rice, or try to at least. Stay. At least half of it, and then I can mix the rest in a pot. There we go. So this is 2 cups of uncooked light brown rice. And I cooked it so it's not like super soft, if that makes sense. There's some like texture to it, or it's some stiffness to it because it's going to kind of all smoke or like steam together alongside with the chicken and everything. So it's how do I describe it? Al dente rice? I don't know. I don't know what's the proper term for it, but I'm gonna mix it in. Okay. Now this recipe is fairly quick and easy to do, especially if you have a rice cooker and you don't have to babysit the rice. And you just literally pile in all the ingredients and cook it. I guess that's why it's called a paella. You pile things in. I don't know. Right, so mixing it up. Oh, that chicken smells so good right now, that paprika. I'm gonna drool a little. If I drool on camera, I'm sorry, but I am hungry and ready for food. I'm just trying to mix this in like the best that I can because all of this is just gonna go in the pot and I don't wanna keep using other pots for it. But there's that. Stop. That was the timer, which is right on time. Haha. Don't leave because of my bad puns. So back to the chicken, turning it over one more time. Okay. Ooh. This time, I'm moving the very caramelized onion now out of the way. That way the skin of the chicken sits directly on the pan. This is what it looks like now. And then I'm taking all of this and just layering it over the chicken as evenly as possible. And it's hot. Come on. There we go. That would be my alarm. So I'm going to completely cover the chicken as much as I can. Just layer it all on there. Oh, it sounds amazing. It smells amazing right now. So this is what it looks like now, just this pot of deliciousness, and it smells amazing. And I'm going to sprinkle some paprika over the top. Adobo. Pepper. And a little bit more salt. All right, cover this up. And leave it like that for 6 minutes. Okay, Google, set timer for 6 minutes.
6 minutes, and that's starting now.
Throw everything in the sink. So I'm gonna have to hand wash it later because our dishwasher broke and I'm sad. But we're getting the part that needs to be fixed and my husband's gonna fix it tomorrow. Hopefully I won't be hand washing dishes tomorrow. Okay, so while that is cooking, I'm going to take the little baby tomatoes and I'm going to cut them up. I like to do them into quarters, sometimes into halves if I'm lazy. But since it's, you know, a live video, I'm going to be a little less lazy and try to make it as aesthetic as possible. Try at least. If I fail, well, then you get to be entertained fully. Alrighty. If you guys are interested in me maybe doing like recipes beforehand or like putting in an ingredient list before I do my videos so you can follow along, I'm more than happy to do so. Or if you guys want to recommend recipes for me to try, I am more than happy to try something completely new and fumble around. So that's also an option. Let me know. Okay, cutting things up. You're a little wrinkly. But just because it has some wrinkles doesn't mean it's bad. And then I'm going to chop up my little baby jalapenos. They're from my little garden bush, and I'm just excited about them. Ooh, they smell spicy. Awesome. The reason they're so tiny is because this is its first year blooming, and it's in a fairly small pot. So it's still a baby. It's still a baby plant, but this little baby plant gave us jalapenos, and I'm excited. It just makes me so happy. I'm using seeds and all. If it goes a little extra spicy, I don't really mind. I like the heat. I like the spicy food where you're crying and like your nose is running and all your sinuses are like completely cleared. I love spicy food like that. I definitely want a glass of milk afterwards, but I just love the spicy food. Although this is definitely not going to be as spicy as that. I'm hoping on it. At least these guys have a serious kick to them. And if you are not much for spice, you can completely omit the red pepper flakes that I used and put in. Or you can omit the jalapenos, or you can reduce it. Do it by your flavor. This isn't like baking. This is, it doesn't have to be exactly followed by directions. If I was doing a baking show, you need to follow exactly by directions, because baking has a lot to do with chemistry, although cooking is just to do with flavor and fun. As long as you put your heart into it, I say the food's going to come out good. Don't quote me on that, because I have tried other people's foods that don't do that great of a job. But there's that. So chopping these guys up. Oh, I'm just so excited that this is my own jalapeno from my own little jalapeno bush. Thrilled, super thrilled. So just, how much is left? About 2 minutes. I'm going to mix it around a little bit. Mix the rice on top so that it gets some of that paprika through it all. Oh, try not to make a mess. So I started mixing it about 2 minutes before the timer went off. You can wait for the whole time, or you can do it like I'm doing. Gonna spread out the tomatoes a little bit so that they kind of cover all I tried to, but it just wouldn't cooperate. So there's that, and sprinkle the jalapeno over that. Okay. And I'm just going to show you just how freaking beautiful this pot looks. Ugh, and it's going to taste so good, and I'm so excited. Okay, and 3 more minutes. Okay, Google, add 3 minutes to the timer.
Done. 3 minutes added to your 6-minute timer.
So in 3 minutes,
you've got 3 minutes and 25 seconds left.
And I'm gonna just throw everything in the sink because all the ingredients are done, prepped. We're just gonna wait for those 3 more minutes and plate it and eat it, and it'll be amazing and delicious, and I'm excited. And then I get to do a ton of homework. Stay. Okay. I have plates ready. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just kind of do that. That works. And I could put these away. I'll be back. If you guys have questions regarding my spice jars, they're not really spice jars. These are Starbucks bottles that I washed and recycled for my spices, and I feel like they line up quite nicely. Then I just labeled this to what they are. So this is my little upcycled way of keeping my spices, and everything's just like, nice and organized, and it's all the same, and it doesn't harass my OCD, I guess. And I have like all my spices here. All right, we got 1.5 minutes left, and I am like ready for dinner. I'm going to turn the oven off because it doesn't need all of that heat right now. And just let it finish for that minute, and then I'll plate. What kind of recipes do you guys want to see? I like to try and play around with a lot of different ethnicities or different ethnic type of foods. So I think this is paella, maybe from Spain. Is paella Spanish? I don't know. Let me know if you know where it originated from. I'm not even really sure if it's a full paella or not, but in any case, next episode, I'm going to be doing a full vegan meal, and it's going to be a soup with some like crackers, like bread things on the side, and it's delicious. It's going to sound a little weird when the episode name comes up, but I promise you it is delicious. Now, I like to provide substitutes or let you know of different substitutes that you can do for the dishes that I'm cooking to make it vegan. For instance, the only thing that's non-vegan in this dish is butter and the chicken. So if you just replace butter with either olive oil or with either olive oil or avocado oil, and then you can replace the chicken with either tofu or you can use eggplant. But eggplant, kind of cut them into like larger sizes and thicker sizes and reduce the time cooked to like a minute of cooking it, I would say. So it's going to become an even quicker dish. Oh no, I tossed away the tongs. I have another set. So I am going to fish out a chicken. Nice, delicious chicken. Ooh, I hear the crust of it. Boom, got one chicken. Look at the pretty color on there. Okay, chicken number 2. Oh yeah, it has some nice color. And then add the rice. Oh, this smells so good. I'm actually going to mix up the rice a little bit. Ah! Chicken is fighting back. Okay. Oh my goodness, I am so excited for dinner. I wish you were actually sitting right in front of me. That way I could just, pass that plate to you with a fork and you can enjoy the delicious meal. Or the very least that you could smell how amazing this smells. Oh, so good. The paprika, the onion, the garlic, the chicken. So darn delicious. Okay. There's that. Oh, that one has a little bit too much color, but it's not too bad. They're definitely not overcooked. I can promise you that. Okay. This is my plate. That's my husband's plate. This is my plate. I don't eat as much as he does. He likes food, but I do like this rice. So here is that. One pot chicken paella, except the rice pot, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, enjoyed following along. I'm gonna go and eat my dinner. So here is dinner for you. You can pretend you're here with me. All right, hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you on the next video. Bye. Now I'm gonna lean over and end the stream.